So I'm finally making the long-awaited Carter Starocci video using a lot of clips from the second half of this past season when he won his fifth NCAA title. And I've been studying a lot of Carter Starocci because of his basic pressure, right? And his pressure is different than pace. He doesn't really have a high pace. Very calm. He's not shooting a lot like a DeSanto, Bo Bassett type of wrestler, but he's always moving forward, and that pressure opens up a lot. So the reason why you're pressuring is to either force stall calls. He uses the out of bounds line very well, which you guys will see, but not only force stall calls, but the threat of the stall call is going to open up. It's going to make the guy pressure back into you, and from that, it's going to open up snap downs. It's going to open up fakes. It's going to open up throw bys, leg attacks when they're leaning into you, when they're standing straight up to avoid getting snapped down because you keep snapping them. So many things open up when you're pressuring the guy, and either they're backing up or eventually they have to stop and pressure back into you. And a lot of guys will try to circle away, right? Circle out of that pressure, right? They don't want to pressure back into you, but they want to stop it backing up. And even when they circle, he also has a solution for that. So if you haven't seen my Marcus Blaze video that I posted a couple months ago on his district finals match, watch that right after you watch this. This is a huge foundation of what I've been working on with my personal team a lot, and probably what I'm going to be working on throughout my coaching career. So let's get into it. First, we're going to look at 3 matches. I just showed this overtime snap. Notice how he dips. He tucks his chin into his chest and dips his head to where the top of his head is facing the mat, and his face is looking like it's looking between his legs. That is how you do a lot of really good snap downs. It's not the only way. Sajalayev, Kaidy Magomedov, they do the snap downs a different way, but that's a really good snap down, and he's really good at that overtime snap. He uses it very frequently. So he's pressuring. I mean, a lot of fakes, a lot of snaps, where you get the guy on their hands or on their knees, really good for opening up easy attacks. So a lot of times in my channels past, I focus on more scoring sequences, because I have so much fun to watch. It's easier to just skip through into the score changes. But with Carter Starocci and lately, Magomed Ramazanov, the 86-kilogram Olympic champion from 2024, Sajalayev, I have been looking at their entire match in its entirety and really watching that, not as a fan, but noticing every little thing. And that, I feel like that has taken my coaching in this system up to a different level. So notice that this guy, he can't really snap him too well because his heel, his knee, his chest are all on one line. But in order to do this stance to avoid getting snapped, typically that lead leg is available to get attacked. So it's always something that the person is giving up in most cases, right? So here you can see that his heel, his knee, his chest not in the same line anymore. His chest is forward, so the snap down is going to be there. So easy snap into a go behind for Carter Starocci. So fake. Rogotzke ends up on his hands and knees, and Carter ends up getting the angle, catching the hamstring, and then getting the go behind. Notice this. On the hook, he's going to pressure the guy. He's pressuring. As soon as he feels that pressure back, just releases that pressure, right? And then he gets the angle on him. Again, into a pretty easy leg attack. He's going to let him up, and he just kind of stays on him. He stays on him. He uses an underhook, a collar tie, and an inside tie a lot. So he shoots there. He's going to be pressure with the underhook and the collar tie. Releases. Rogotzke, he could have easily attacked right there. Didn't do it. Went back to the same position. Underhook. Collar tie. Pressures him out of bounds. Rogotzke doesn't want to get backed up. So he feels that pressure again. Releases again. And then eventually he shoots and shoots again. He earns a stall call. There's no risk associated with the shooting, right? Because you're already close to out of bounds. So it's not like Rogotzke was going to re-attack him there. Now the next match we're going to be looking at is him versus All-American Edmond Ruth, where he actually stalled them out. which is crazy. Returning Big Ten champion, you stall somebody out. It's insane, right? So a lot of cool things to look at from here. So he's going to get Edmond in or Ruth in the over under position, and then he's going to drive him out of bounds. Now, if you are in high school, I said these exact same words on my Instagram, and I had a kid at regionals make this mistake. If you have an over under and you're trying to get the guy out of bounds to get the star call, threaten the knee pick and just go out of bounds, right? Obviously, you want to do that when they're completely on the edge so they can't just lat drop you. But don't just push them out, because at the high school level, they may accuse you of pushing the guy out and they may hit you with a star call. So in college, you can still see that you can still get hit with that star call in college. So I will still reach for the leg. But in college, they're more likely to reward the guy or punish the guy who backed out of bounds. So something that I really like here is a lot of times when he does his optional start, he does it to where their back is facing out of bounds, which is something, a good habit to have if you do a lot of those, not optional starts, but like hard one type of things when you're cutting people. So right here, he's faking. He shoots him out of bounds. Nice. Now, he doesn't get the star call. He had just recently got a star call. However, this is good because the next time you shoot him out, the referee is probably going to give you that star call. Or now the guy has in his head, okay, I don't want to back up anymore. And that will bait him to attack, force a shot. That will bait, kind of like there, that will bait him to pressure into you because he doesn't want to get backed up. So Carter reattacks, doesn't get it. Tries to go to ankle attack, doesn't get it. Now notice what happens here. Carter's back is facing out of bounds, and he circles in to make sure to get Ruth's back out of bounds. That is huge. Don't just accept that position. So now, like we just talked about, referee let Edmond Ruth get away with the last one, but he's not going to let him get away with two in a row. So he's already out. Just straighten the leg. You don't even have to hit your knee. Hitting your knee is not bad, but you don't have to hit your knee. Easy stall call. Easy stall call. Before we continue with the rest of the video, I wanted to quickly plug Earn Your Goal Academy, the #1 tool in the world for learning and teaching wrestling. Whether you're a parent, coach, or athlete yourself, right now you get access to all 10 of my courses, plus access to the Earn Your Goal community where I have exclusive posts and videos. Just to give you a look into what made Earn Your Goal Academy so different is that when you click on these courses, you have me showing a move myself, like any instructional, but you also get videos of these techniques being used against and by the best wrestlers in the world. Also, underneath each section, you can always leave comments, questions, just in case you want anybody can answer, not just me. So I have 10 courses right now. I plan on adding 2 more in the future, a bottom course as well as a duck under course. You also get exclusive access to the Earn Your Goal community where you can post in there, I post in there. I have exclusive videos. Everything is organized in there. I have grappling because I have so many jiu-jitsu guys who support the channel. Thank you for that. I'm going to have exclusive videos. Let's say you want to learn more about top wrestling. I have tags as well to keep everything nicely organized. You can see every single post I've made about top wrestling. So I hope you guys check that out. It's a one-time payment of $100. No monthly fee, no yearly subscription. I know you guys will enjoy it, and let's get back to the rest of the video. And a lot of times, this is going to open up attacks in later on in the match. So watch this. Takes a shot, keeps driving them out of bounds, gets in the over-under. Now, Edmond Ruth already got hit with a star call earlier in the match because he backed out of bounds when Carter had an over-under. So now Edmond Ruth is really trying to pressure in to not get back out of bounds. And besides forcing him out of bounds, right, use that pressure to redirect into an easy takedown, which is what Carter does. And remember, that's the reason for the stall calls. You want to use the threat of the stall call to set up 3-point takedowns. The stall call is not the end game. It's their reaction to try and avoid. They're going to have certain reactions to try and avoid getting hit with a stall call. And that's what you want. That's what you want to look for. But obviously, you have to get stall calls to get those reactions out of them. Nice attack there. So he's going to cut him. And his back is already facing out of bounds. And he's just these little snaps, right? He's pressuring in the Ruth. As soon as Ruth leans back too much, kind of just moving his feet, snapping them, making them come forward, go back, and then he walks him out of bounds. Gets another star call there. So he shoots. One. Shoots again. 1, 2, 3. Shoots again. 3 shots. And let's start that over and see how long it took. So it's at 31 seconds now. 30 seconds. So he shoots at 28 seconds. So he shot 3 times in 10 seconds to earn that last stall call to get the stall out. If you have the cardio to do that, that's great. But his earlier stuff, to where he just pressuring with the hand fight, moving his feet, chopping his feet, not running into the guy, that's something that anybody can do. Last match to look at, full match, Jackson Smith, another guy who All-American this season. I mean, if you're a fan of the channel, you know how much I love Jackson Smith. Done a huge, like a super long video on him. Notice how Carter, they started off in the center. Notice how Starocci is slowly walking him back. And what's going to happen, this happens all the time, Jackson Smith takes a bad shot, no setup, right? Something he almost never does, watching his other matches. But a lot of guys, to counter that pressure, a lot of them just dive underneath and shoot, which is not a good habit to have, but that's just what people do. So again, he cuts him. Nice. Shoot it again. Nice overtime snap. See that? Top of his head is facing the mat. Face looking between his legs. That's a good way to clear that collar tie. It's a great way to clear that collar tie. Have a whole video about it, but any chance I have to bring it up more, I will. I think it's one of the most simple things to look at, to learn, that kids struggle with. So Jackson Smith is going to try to circle out, which is what you should do. But a lot of times when guys circle, they stand up out of their stance. But he was pretty much already out of bounds. So Carter was a bit extra for doing that, but he did it, and that was smart. Just because you're going to see why I included it and why it's relevant. Because that's the third reaction to the pressure, right? They dip underneath, they pressure back. Well, not the third reaction, one of the main reactions. They either dip underneath for a bad shot, down block, go behind, or re-attack. They pressure back and lean into you. That's when you can have your snap or your fake. They just back up and at that point get an easy stall call. Or they try to circle. And when they try to circle, your goal is to cut them off. And a lot of times when they try to circle, they stand up out their stance and we can shoot. Another overtime snap. Again, see how he starts to circle. He comes out his stance. So Carter gets in on another double leg, goes up to the side body lock, not able to finish it on the edge or just doesn't, and he just picks him up and walks him out of bounds. Just the second time he's kind of done that. Again, Carter doesn't even have to really tie up that much. It's not like he has an underhook or a collar tie all the time. But again, Carter demands a certain amount of respect when he's on the mat. For us, we practice a lot of this from the tie up. So you can pressure without being tied up. Look at the Marcus Blaze video, but don't depend on it. Try to have a dominant tie where you can push the guy back. He just walking Jackson Smith back. He's gonna hit a clean fake. I mean, the fake was perfect. So he fakes. Jackson Smith goes to his knees. And then as he's putting back up, on the hook into a far knee pick or a far ankle pick. When guys hit their knees, when guys hit their hands, that's a great time to do some type of attack. So again, he's going to slowly walk Smith back towards the out of bounds line. Smith forces an attack. This is the same reaction almost everyone has. And then Carter Starocci gets in on the rear attack. Doesn't score, they go to the edge, but got in on a dominant position. So again, he's walking Smith back. Just slowly, he's not running anybody down. But now, as you can see, he got hit with a star call. Smith just backing up, it looks bad. He's going to clear that collar tie by dipping his head and tucking his chin, right? Watch that hand. Boom. See this? Top of the head facing the mat, facing like he's looking between his legs. Just little details like that. Jackson Smith tries to force a duck on from that position. gives up an easy reattack. Carter optional starts. As soon as they start back up, I mean, his back is already close to out of bounds, facing the out of bounds line as soon as he gets back neutral. He circles out, but again, he's standing straight up when he circles away. And this time, Carter once again, for the third time, goes to his double leg. And then this time, he's able to score from it. So that's a common reaction. It's not just a one-off type of thing. A lot of guys stand up when they try to circle away, especially if you're good at cutting off the circle or cutting them off. And here, this is like level 2 of the pressure system or level 3, whatever. Depends. But shooting from the fake. Shooting from the fake, shooting from the snap. A lot of guys, when you're pressuring into them, they're going to try to fake back at you, or they're going to try to snap you off if you're pressuring into them with some type of tie, like a thumb block or a collar tie, or just post on their shoulder. They're one of the main things they would do is try to snap you or try to fake to kind of stop you from moving forward, kind of keep you on your toes so you aren't just offense. Being able to use their fake or their level, being able to use their fake or their snap as your level change, and then from that, being able to attack from there is huge. I mean, I have so many videos talking about that. Intro Taylor video, Jacob Cardenas video. I have an entire video, 2 dedicated videos just talking about advanced level changes or advanced shots, advanced leg attacks, shooting from your opponent's fake, advanced leg attacks, shooting from your opponent's snap. So something to really study. So just 2 more clips of him at Nationals. Right here, he's going to slowly walk Rogers back, walking back to the edge, and then eventually he's just going to shoot him out, which is great. Right here, he's safe. There's no rear attack for Rogers, really. Now, don't take a horrible shot, right? But just shoot him out. Whether you hit your knee, don't hit your knee, it's easier when you hit your knee as far as covering more distance and having the power to get him out. And it looks like a more committed shot as well, which it makes you more likely to get the stall call. Sometimes you don't have to hit your knee because, again, it's safer. So it just depends. But right here, he hits his knee, just drives him out. Easy stall call. Easy stall call. So now you have this match here. Now, Carter doesn't do the slot block, so you won't see that. But something I like is he does use that underhook a lot now. So he pressures the wrestler to the edge. And now this wrestler is posted up. And from here, it would be harder to snap because, again, heel, knee, chest, all in one line. He has his leg up pretty far. So a snatch single may have been good here, but something where you have an underhook, the guy's pressuring back into you hard, a throw by is there. And he did the throw by where you put the weight on the opponent's hands. Because going into a high single, the guy was already kind of out of bounds. So maybe not the smartest thing. You would have still been able to probably pull him back in. But this is a good throw by variation to go to. Get hip to hip. This is probably the most common throw by variation at this level as well. So you guys probably just notice as the regular throw by. It's 2 different main throw by variations that I go over that I think both are great within this system. But he used his pressure because the guy could have easily back out of bounds and only been hit with a stall call. But he didn't want to get hit with a stall call. So I call it just stonewalling, right? He stonewalls Starocci. Hey, you're not going to keep pushing me back. But now because of that, easy throw by. Sometimes you may have a slide by because they stonewall. Sometimes you may have just a basic snap or a fake when they stonewall. So, or a snap single when they stonewall and they have that leg posted up far in order to defend against a snap, which will happen a lot if you've been snapping them during the match already. They will make that adjustment typically where they start standing up a little bit higher. That leg is a little bit further up, and now maybe that leg attack is there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on Carter Starocci. He has a very good system that I believe a lot of high school wrestlers can copy. Obviously, even D1 wrestlers, it clearly works for D1 at the D1 level. But a lot of high school guys can implement this at a lesser level and have a lot of success at the high school level. So thank you for staying to the end of the video, and I will see you on the next one.